Welcome! In this video, you will learn how to create an MLA style works cited page. A works cited page comes at the end of a research paper and it gives information about every source that was cited in the paper. Whenever you write a research paper, you will need to write a citation for each source following the rules of the style guide, and then put the citations in order at the end of your paper. Now, let's go over the steps to writing a citation using MLA style. In MLA, the citation includes up to 9 elements, which appear in a specific order and with specific punctuation. Not every citation will have all of these elements. It depends on the type of source. The 9 elements in order include the author, the title of the source, the title of the container, other contributors, version, number, publisher, publication date, and location. For example, since author is the first element, that means that the citation will always begin with the author's name or names. Since title of the source is next, the citation should always give the title of the source right after the author's name. Again, some of these elements, like container or number, will not be necessary for every source. The example citations shown in this video all come from Purdue OWL. They will also be included on the Canvas page below this video. Now, let's go over each of the 9 elements in more detail. 1. Author, followed by a period. Begin the citation with the author's name. If there is one author, give their last name, then a comma, then their first name. If there are 2 authors, list both of them. Invert the first author's name, but not the second. If there are 3 or more authors, give only the first author's name, and then the abbreviation et al., which means and others. If no author is listed, leave the name out and begin the citation with the title of the source. If you have more than one source by the same author, only put the name in the first citation. After that, replace the name with a dash. 2. Title of the source, followed by a period. This is the title of the article, book, or whatever kind of source you are using, not the title of the magazine, journal, newspaper, or other container. That will come next. Titles should be in italics for longer works and in quotation marks for shorter works. Longer works include books, plays, or movies. Shorter works include articles, essays, papers, songs, short stories, or episodes of a TV show. 3. Title of container, followed by a period. This will only be included if the source is a shorter work, like an article or a web page. The container is the larger work, which contains the source, such as a periodical, newspaper, magazine, website, etc. The title of the container should be in italics, like any longer work. 4. Other contributors, followed by a comma. This is not necessary for most sources. Other contributors may include editors, translators, etc. Include their names if they are relevant to your research or necessary to identify the work. 5. Version, followed by a comma. This is necessary if there are multiple versions or editions of a source. For example, if you are using the 3rd edition of a book, put that in the citation, abbreviating edition as ED. 6. Number, followed by a comma. This is necessary if the source is part of a journal, a multi-volume book, etc. The number may include both the volume number and the issue number. For journal articles, you will probably need both. Put the volume number first, and then the issue number. Abbreviate volume as VOL, and abbreviate issue number as NO. 7. Publisher, followed by a comma. It is not necessary to include the publisher if the source is a periodical, a website whose title is the same name as its publisher, or a website that makes works available but does not actually publish them, such as YouTube. 8. Publication date, followed by a comma. If you give the complete date, give the day first, then the month, shortened to the first 3 letters, and then the year. The date and month are not necessary for all sources. Include them only if they are necessary, such as if you are citing a periodical that comes out several times a year. Otherwise, you can just give the year of publication. 9. Location, followed by a period. This element should be included if more information is needed to know where to find the work. If the source is a short work in a container, such as a journal article, give the first and last page numbers. For web pages, you should usually give the URL and the date accessed, unless otherwise instructed. If you follow these guidelines for each source, you will have a correctly written MLA citation for each one. Once you have all of your citations written, it is time to put them all together in a works cited page. List all of the entries in alphabetical order according to the first word of each citation. This will almost always be the last name of the author. For example, begin with sources by authors with names beginning with A, then B, and so on. Do not number the citations. Use hanging indents. This means you should not indent the first line of each citation, but do indent the second line and any subsequent lines by ½ inch. Put the words "Works Cited" at the top of the page, centered, with no quotation marks or other punctuation, and no italics, underlining, or bold text. Use 12-point Times New Roman font, double-spaced, with 1-inch margins on all sides. Please don't forget to look at the examples on Canvas, and always feel free to let me know if you have any questions.